Okay, first question. When you get up, when the alarm sounds, do you put it on snooze or you get up immediately?
I get up immediately.
Shane, what about you?
Snooze is a bad idea because you snooze for 5 minutes and you snooze for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's a bad idea.
Because that's exactly why I asked the alarm question, because that's the topic for today.
Yeah.
We seem to be getting up when the alarm rings once or twice. But are the alarm bells ringing in the Indian cricket team? Because see, we just have 5 more games to go, plus 2 warm-ups before our October 23rd game against Pakistan. Now, there has always been a fine line as to when does a team wake up? Is it now? Is it just on the eve of the match? Or 2 months before have they woken up? With this Indian cricket team, after their performance in Mohali, there seems to be more questions than answers. And it looks like the alarm bells, are they ringing? Maybe it is slowly, but I think the Indian cricket team is putting them on snooze at this point in time.
But are the alarm bells ringing?
Yeah, I mean, snooze is one thing.
My point
Either the
is,
timing is wrong. They should have woken up a long time back. Now I think
either the alarm bells were ringing at the end of the last T20 World Cups. At that time. If it didn't ring at that time and you continued playing 2020 cricket in the same manner since then till now, then why should the alarm bells ring now that you've had 3 losses, 3 big losses?
3 big losses.
Not consecutive because you won against Afghanistan. But yeah, 3 big losses. So should the alarm bells be ringing because we've had 3 big losses, or are you in a place where you say, okay, fine, 3 big losses, it's okay, it's a bilateral series, maybe you'll bounce back. You bounced back before and you'll win. But that's no guarantee that you will still do well at the T20.
You can hide behind some comforts. All the 3 losses happened when you were batting first.
Yeah.
All the 3 losses. But then Rohit Sharma mentioned before that pre-match press conference, 25 minutes in which he said a lot of things. He said, luck also has to go our way. Was it the case of luck not going their way?
No. You can't put it to luck every time.
No, winners make their own luck. Simple as.
Also, where do you put it? What luck is it that didn't go down?
Toss? But I mean, does luck make you bowl half volleys in the death?
No, but if that was the case, Sri Lanka lost the toss in Asia Cup.
Exactly.
Then they
won the tournament.
Win
the most
tournament.
important
they got lucky before that. They won 3 tosses where they got a chance to chase. After that, but they lost it in the final, so they found a way to win. So where is the luck that is not gone India's way? I want to know.
Only
where
the
is
toss.
The luck factor?
I would just say the toss factor. That's it.
Nothing.
But that is also a very, very small comfort.
No, so if you reach Australia during the T20 World Cup, are you going to say if you lose the toss to
in the
Pakistan and South Africa, and you lose those games, are you again going to blame the toss?
They better not, because India's top batters, even in that interview in the Asia Cup, they said toss will not be a factor in Australia. Virat Kohli clearly mentioned that. Toss will not be a factor in Australia.
So then where is the luck? You tell me, what is the luck that they talk about? Where is it that the luck has not gone India's way? I don't see the luck being a factor. I think no, I cannot say you played 3 poor games. You didn't play 3 poor games overall.
One facet was wrong in all the games.
Yes.
That was the bowling.
Yes.
Death overs bowling. Either you are ignoring the alarm, in the case of Bhuvneshwar Kumar, the common thread behind all the 3.
No, but I'm saying so again, what would you do if you were Rohit Sharma? These are the bowlers that you have. You have a Bhuvneshwar Kumar, you've got a Harshal Patel, and you had a Umesh Yadav, and you had UC Chahal and Akshar Patel. Okay. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, I took a look at all his performances in the 19th over. He's bowled many times before.
Yes.
I think these are the 3 worst performances that he's ever had in his career. It's been a long career. In his career, these are the worst performances that he's had in the 19th over. I think there was only one other occasion where he went for more runs than the 14, 16, 19, whatever he gave in the last 3 games in the 19th over. So if I'm Rohit Sharma, what else do I do? Do I not give him the over? He's the only one I'm going to go to. That's another point. that he has had 3 bad games on a trot. And
Both
that
in the same over that he's bowled, 19th.
Yes. But then, no, that is something to be looked at. Maybe you still have that time to look at it. Maybe you will find a way, or something that we've been saying that, listen, Bhuvi is no more that, see, if you remember Bhuvaneshwar from 2015, yeah, but maybe because he had that slight pace as well. Maybe because his pace has dropped. Maybe because of that he's not being able to be coming up with those kind of Yorkers that are that effective. Maybe on the other way, if you look at it, maybe he needs to look at another thing. For example, if you're going to keep going for the Yorker, it's the same thing that he's going for. It's becoming a full toss. At that pace, he's getting whacked. I always say, bowl length balls. That's slightly better. You can get tong, but you could get a dot ball also.
And no, I mean, with Bhuvi, this year IPL also, he was nailing the Yorkers just fine. So
In fact, just leading in from 2020 onwards till now, I was seeing he was doing the death over bowling also fine.
So he's had a blip at the worst time possible. If you're looking
He
at
did
it,
have
right?
some bad games in the South Africa series also. Remember the one in Delhi?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But that too, he was coming back after.
No, but tell me, when the team, we made 6-8 months we spent making the team. How many of us didn't have Bhuvaneshwar Kumar?
Everybody had
Everyone had it. Why? Because
Experience
Bhuvaneshwar was
factor.
doing well. Now that he's at these 3 bad games, he's suddenly become the worst bowler that there is. Again, as I said, the signs are there. This is worrisome. This is something that you should look at. But I don't think it's that major a blunder that you shouldn't have selected him. I mean,
you could have selected him, but bowl him in the different over. Say, give him the 20th. The 20th, not the 19th.
Yeah,
A clutch bowler, say like Yajuvendra Chahal, could have bowled the 19th.
But a clutch
He was
bowler
also-
has been so badly out of form.
No, I'm saying with the kind of experience that you had, maybe he was the guy to go to. Again, I'm saying a different thing. If you want to use him, do not use him at the depth at all. But that is a luxury you can only afford once a
Just
Bumrah
when
is
Bumrah's
there,
back.
once a Arshdeep is there. Because Arshdeep has shown in his little career that he can be that death bowler.
Yes.
Exactly. And Bhuvi, we know, is a proven entity in that.
But then the problem still lies with Bhuvi, and maybe there is
Bumrah,
time.
sorry. Yeah.
Bhuvi, there is a still problem with him, and which is he had one role to do, that is pick up early wickets.
Not been doing that.
Has that been happening?
No, that
Leave
also
that
not.
Afghanistan game, where he was outstanding by
5
the way.
for 4,
We
yeah.
all forgot about his performance because of a Virat Kohli 100.
Yeah.
He was outstanding.
See, stats will not disagree the fact that he was the leading wicket taker of the Asia Cup, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar.
But again, skewed.
But again, 5 and 4 wickets in 2 games.
Matches, correct.
And the remaining 3 just 2. And the common thread, 19th over, hammered all over the place.
Yeah.
Either he missed this length, too full or too short.
No.
Happened in Mohali again.
Worse still, he was missing his line. What was one of the common factors in 2 of those 3 games? Wide ball.
Wide balls.
He was going very wide.
Especially
even
leg
down the leg
side,
side,
yeah.
even down the offside, missing his lines.
In the case of Harshal, you can argue rust. He's also coming back after.
But for Harshal also, if you see some matches before
His injury, he was getting
also,
tough.
he was getting.
South
I
Africa
think
series.
With Harshal, what is happening is, I think he had that novelty factor where he came up with these variation and different variation of his slower delivery.
The slower ball,
Now
the tipping slower
slowly,
ball.
I think teams are
figuring it out and he's
figuring
becoming
out
one-dimensional.
the kind of variation.
The
that
broader problem, okay, we are now hoping that Bumrah and Arshdeep play on a regular basis. But if both don't play, only if Bumrah plays, there's no backup for him because runs will leak in one particular end. Bumrah just can't do everything on his own.
Yeah, we saw that already with MI in 2022. If you only have a Bumrah and you're that reliant on him, teams will play him out and attack the other bowlers.
But then that begs the question now, if you had to try something, let's say this situation was to arrive in the World Cup, let's say one of them is injured, what would you have done? Would you have not wanted someone who's part of the team then to come in? For example, if he's your backup, okay, I understand maybe Shami was that guy that they were looking at as Bumrah's replacement, I understand that. Now he's got COVID, he's not available. Then at least the guy you've been chugging along, he was there at that entire Asia Cup. Why is it that he doesn't bowl? Umesh Yadav, is he going to Australia?
No.
Well, he's not going to bowl. I heard another argument that maybe they went in with Umesh Yadav because Umesh could be like Bumrah type, hit the deck bowler, and because Chahal is like Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, that's why maybe they did not go with a Chahal. But my point is, did you use Umesh like that?
No,
Did you use him in the death like you would have used Bumrah? No.
and he's in recent times not been used in that role at all. He's been, in fact, in the
Answer the question.
Yeah, he's been used in the same role that you kept out Deepak Chahar from.
2018 and 19 in the power play he was good, in the death overs he was all over the place.
Exactly.
Umesh Yadav.
And that is why this year when KKR brought him back, they made a painful effort to not bowl him in the death. You would rather bowl Cummins and Saudi at the death because Umesh goes all over the place in the death.
Yeah.
You are caught between a rock and hard place, KKR. That's the worst.
Because he was not that bowler. But you were still not putting Umesh there. 3 overs in the power play, 1 in the middle. That's it.
Yes.
That was his role. That's why he could pick up 16 wickets.
Alarm bells, if we have to say, lie probably in how you have to rotate the batting and the bowling. There is a problem, and fielding.
No, what is the tell me what
Batting
is
is
the problem
fine.
in the batting?
I'm not really.
I'm saying
Akshar over DK.
no, that yes.
That fair
That just one thing that you're doing actually is serving no purpose. No purpose at all.
That is the thing. If you do the right batting order,
No,
it solves a lot of problems.
Yeah, but at the moment, it's not the batting that is losing you games.
I mean,
In the 3 games that you have lost, your batsmen have put on the runs. I am saying, if you got again different conditions, so the 170, 180 odd you got
But
in
even
Dubai.
in the batting, if you have to look at it, the lower middle order didn't.
I'm saying doesn't matter. People are saying Hardik Pandya did well. If he hadn't done, then
Yeah.
But then
That's
Green also did well, na? Cameron Green also.
Green didn't do
What
well.
if he had not? He was that unexpected opener, came and fired in the top and got. I'm saying at the end of the day, whether it was a Virat Kohli someday, whether it's a Surya Kumar Yadav someday, whether it's a Hardik Pandya somebody steps up, gets you the run. That's how T20 cricket happens. That's the nature. I am saying if you look at the 3 games, the 2 games in Asia Cup, if you had got that 170 odd, 180 odd in the 2 games in Dubai, by the way, those 170, 180 was same as 200 in Mohali.
Yeah.
Different condition.
Yes.
So, as much as those scores were defendable there, again I keep saying that Sri Lanka defended that, right?
Yes.
That sort of a total. They defended it. Your bowlers, if you got those many runs against Pakistan, you should have found a way to defend it.
Yep.
Your 200 odd in Mohali is the same as that. I just keep saying, if Pakistan had got those many runs, you don't think their bowling lineup would have defended it?
They could have defended
So your
it,
batting, I think the biggest change and there is, I'm not taking credit away. I think there has been a change by this team management, that is both Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid. One change I have definitely seen, and that change is that they are trying to change the template. Which is quite evident from what you saw KL Rahul yesterday, or what you have been seeing Rohit Sharma till now. He is trying to accelerate from the word go. In that aspect, he's not getting a lot of consistent runs. Okay, but as captain, I think he's trying to set
by
the example that I am going to be getting, or I'm going to be playing like this, and the team follows. And then more often than not, majority of players that you're seeing are trying to follow. So every time you're getting enough runs, your bowling, and also in your bowling, you've gone till the end of the other team needing about 60 odd in the last 44 overs, or 40 odd in the last 3 overs, something like that. It's been that sort of a situation. From there on, a good bowling lineup will more often than not defend it. So I think that aggressive brand of T20 cricket when it comes to batting. There has been a slight change for sure.
Yeah.
But the bowling. So you know what happens? Sometimes there is a tank and there are holes in it. You're trying to fix this, and then there's another one that opens up. Then when you go and try and fix that hole, then this one starts leaking.
No, they're like Tom and Jerry. Tom tries to close all holes with his paw, with everything, but suddenly
another one will pop up.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that is exactly what has been happening. By the way, another one. UZ Chahal.
Absolutely.
UZ Chahal.
Alarm bells, big time.
Probably the biggest alarm bell in terms of form. Your one certified wicket taker.
Yeah. No, but I also can't believe a lot of people saying now UZ Chahal shouldn't go. But just 11 months ago, we had this conversation that UZ Chahal is not there in the T20 World Cup, so India is not going to do it. So I think he's also had a mixed bag of an Asia Cup. He didn't have a great game yesterday. But my point is, again, and I say, why is nobody from the team management having a word with him? Why is Rohit Sharma, Rahul Dravid, everyone who's watching it from the outside is saying that, listen, UZ Chahal is not bowling like the UZ Chahal who often who bowls those traditional leg spins, the one who flights. Why is he not bowling like that? We can all see it. Is the bowling coach not doing his work? Is he not speaking to him? The other thing you see, and one particular ball was of a lot of interest to me was that first ball that he bowls in the 20th over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looped up.
Classical turning leg spin delivery, gets a wicket off it.
Tim David.
Yeah. But why did he bowl it at that time? I'll tell you why. Because the game was done and dusted.
Correct.
No pressure. So what did he say? No pressure. If I get tonked, also no pressure. If I get wicket, also
no problem.
So he bowled the delivery because there was no fear, no pressure. Now, this is exactly what you would want a spinner to replicate in tough situation. This is why all the best spinners in the world can replicate that sort of a scenario in tough situation, in pressure situation. If that is not happening, this is where the team needs to step up. You have how many video analysts, how many computer guys you sit with, you look at it, all the data, you can see clearly there is someone who can point it out to him. He can see it himself.
Yes.
He can see it himself. If he can see that is the way you can pick it, I don't know why that conversation is not happening.
And especially because that has been his way. Yuzi Chahal, the reason he got so many wickets was because he was previously not afraid to get hit. Now, yesterday there was one ball he bowled at 95 kmph.
Yeah.
95 kmph, Yuzi Chahal. Very unusual.
And on top of that, see, he's got
variation I can still understand.
No, but that felt forced. He was trying to not go for runs.
Plus, he's also not using his another key aspect, which is variation in pace. Why do you think he became such a good death bowler, Yuzi Chahal? Because he had variations of pace.
Yeah.
One would be flighted, one would be quicker. The lengths would be much more accurate.
Exactly.
That is missing. And that is worrisome because in Australia, that length is going to be vital. It's not going to be the variations, the length. You go bowl straight on. Like how Akshar Patel, did Akshar Patel get any amount of generous turn? No. He got it straight on.
Yeah.
But the lengths were good.
Yeah. Akshar Patel bowled to his strengths. Akshar Patel bowled like he bowled in Ahmedabad.
Yes.
In that test match versus England, where he
got 11 wickets.
by the truckload.
Just by bowling straight. And see, that's the thing with Akshar, he doesn't turn it a lot. So what is his strength? Bowl stump to stump.
His was Bradman-esque, the performance. In a match where 400 runs was scored, Akshar Patel gave away 13 runs, 17
runs.
3 wickets,
4 overs, 3 wickets.
Brilliant.
Wow.
That was absolutely.
Papu is really stepping up to the plate now.
And as a bowler, he was always a better option than, say, Jadeja.
I don't think you're going to miss Jadeja, the bowler, with Akshar.
No, you're missing the batsman a little bit.
And fielder.
And fielder, though Akshar not a bad fielder. He dropped a catch yesterday, but obviously not Jadeja level. Jadeja is different level.
Different
when it
level.
comes to fielding. Let's take a couple of questions. Rahul Vasudev from Australia says, depressed with selections in India currently, be it an Indian cricket team in bowling or not sending RRR for Oscars.
Oh my.
Usually in movie, non-impacting a concern. But I was reading an article which says that RRR can still go for Oscars. There is another way that it can go. If the jury there doesn't go as an official entry, if the jury also votes for it, then it can still go for an Oscar. But in terms of selection, I think what question? I think the only questionable selection was Deepak Chahar not playing, and suddenly Paratrooper in Umesh Yadav comes in. And just the batting order, that shocking that Akshar bats ahead of Dinesh Karthik, as I said, doesn't serve purpose for either. Apart from that, what else would you make changes? I don't know. I don't see any big change.
Sharan Vinakota saying Bhuvi purple patch of form is finished in his career. Chahar or Shami is needed. Well, Shami can't play because he's down with COVID. With this bowling, we can't win World Cup. Chahal is also looking scared, is worrying, said Bishnoi needed high time.
No, the Bishnoi thing, aside from, I wouldn't say you would want to drop Yuzi for Bishnoi, but one of the reasons I wanted Bishnoi there was because he was a direct backup to Chahal. Because now, are you trusting R. Ashwin as your lead premier wicket-taking spinner? No, you're not.
I am no. We had already said take Ravi Bishnoi, but the team went with R. Ashwin, and Rohit Sharma said why. Maybe he wants that wrist spinner. He said the kind of variations that Ashwin brings are going to be
variations to the right-handers. What variations to the right-hander? Yeah, simple. Get the ball to turn in.
You hope that the team is getting that, but there's one thing that I will definitely point out when it comes to selection. One trend that I've noticed that anyone who's not playing seems to be the best available option. So anyone who's sitting on the bench far away is suddenly the man in form, is suddenly found a purple patch, is suddenly needs to be, that could be a Bishnoi, that could be even now you'll hear people saying Ashwin also should come in because why didn't you play? Or even for Pant, people say, but my point is just 2 matches before in that Asia Cup, he played those 2 games.
And he didn't do anything.
He didn't do well. At that time, you were saying, no, out, bring Dinesh Karthik. So my point is, anyone who sits out must feel like he's got some superpower and he suddenly looks like the best player possible.
No, but in Ashwin's case, it was doubly galling because you had Bishnoi there doing the hard yards with the team, playing every match whenever Chahal was rested. And doing well, getting wickets in pretty much every match.
Actually, he is the original paratrooper, not Umesh Yadav. Suddenly, he comes
paratrooped out.
Yes.
Oh, you mean Ashwin?
Ashwin.
Yeah. That was
ultimate paratrooper he is.
You are happy?
No, I mean,
you said yes, he should be there.
Yeah, he should be there because of the experience factor. But again, his inclusion, I also said that, threw everything disarray. The whole composition went disarray. Chahal, okay. Bishnoi, okay. Ashwin, suddenly, with Huda around.
And mind you, as soon as he was included, all of us said he's going to the World Cup. And what happened?
Yeah.
Hi, Ashwin is the ultimate paratrooper out of nowhere. Out of syllabus he was. Totally.
Kitab se bahar.
Wait.
Okay, let's take 2 questions. Shubham Kokche has a very interesting question. Says, what do you think of DK keeping close to the stumps in the first 2 overs of Bhuvi?
Yes. That was a strategy because again, as we were pointing out yesterday, Finch more often than not to negate the
dances down.
He will dance down the track. So that was why he was,
But I wonder if that takes away. I understand maybe because of Finch they did it, but wonder if it takes away from Bhuvi's strength. With the keeper standing up, Bhuvi has to be very mindful of where the ball is going to go. He can't stray a lot. But when the keeper is behind, you could be a bit more adventurous as a seam bowler.
Especially if you're looking to get movement.
Yeah, and you get prodigious swing, which he does. So he has a point, Shubham, that maybe if you had him back, but again, all of this is in hindsight, and hindsight is 20/20 vision, so we could see it. But I kind of agree with Shubham that if I was captain, I would have rather wanted the keeper standing behind, and I'll tell Bhuvi to bowl a little quicker and not concentrate on that and try and get that crazy swing that he gets. Yes, he may leak a run of few wides, but he may just get you that wicket.
Especially considering Finch's well-known weakness against the ball coming inside.
Yeah, and Finch dancing on the wicket also is giving you a chance. So I would have liked that. There's one more question. We're saying that bench problem is happening because of not us fans, purely because of teams repeating failure in same. We're saying, okay, everyone who's on the bench. No, my point is this. See, even if us fans were selectors, I'm just saying the team that is selected more often than not, everyone would have picked this team. It's just that those bowlers are not clicking, so now everything is wrong and everyone should be brought back, and Umran Malik and But then when they were also playing, you were saying that you're rushing into it. Again, hindsight 20/20 vision, so everything we see wrong because the Indian team is not done well. Now, if the same team goes on to win these 2 bilateral series, then everything looks good. But then you may have a blip. But then you may have a blip again in the World Cup. So again, nothing succeeds like success. Nothing, it depends on the result. But again, as I see, I don't think there's something drastically wrong with the team. And anyway, even if you want to make like wholesome changes,
now is not the time.
Past that time.
Yeah.
So you're not going to make minor changes here and there. All I would say is hope Jasprit Bumrah. I hope his injury is not serious. I hope he's in good form.
I hope Arshdeep is back.
Yeah, he comes back. Arshdeep will love.
South Africa series, he's back.
He's back. So they're on target. Bhuvi strikes form or Harshal strikes form. One of them, your third bowler. All of that, and you see that coming together. I think the batting is still doing the job. So Muzammil wants to know, is India still favourite for the World T20? To answer that question, I don't think India were favourite even before this for the World T20. I still don't think they are favourite for the World T20. They will be, I think India's first target is going to be to qualify for that semi-final, which is going to be very crucial because your 2 games in the first 3 games that you play are almost going to decide whether you make the semis or not, because you're going to be playing 1 match against Pakistan and then the 3rd match against South Africa. you've got to win at least one of them
Yes.
to have any chance. Because let me remind you, you may get an easy game in Bangladesh and in Namibia or UAE or whoever you get. That'll be an easy game. But you will get another tough game, which will be your last game, which most likely will be West Indies. They're also coming through those round one or qualifiers or whatever you call them.
And even if they're qualifiers, we know for a fact they cannot be underestimated.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's a tough group. I think India, if they were to win one between Pakistan and South Africa, I think
You'd be fairly confident.
safe that they'll make it to the semis. In which case, then it's a 2-game tournament. You'll either play Australia, England, most likely in the semi-final. 2 good games is what you need. But having said that, I think India not favourite. India will be, I don't know, if I was to pick 2 teams, it's a tough call that make it to the semis, because I think it will be very close between South Africa, Pakistan, India. So 2 that make it there. I don't think India are favourite.
This time though, India had a much tougher group than what they were last year. And last year they didn't manage to make it out.
Pakistan, India.
Yeah, exactly.
Afghanistan.
Yeah, but Afghanistan, we do tend to have the beating off. So it was a case of win one of the matches between Pakistan and New Zealand, you were through.
Yeah.
And you lost both.
Yeah.
Here,
Mediocre medium pacers won't work in the long run. It's not in hindsight, it's the logic. Harshal and Bhuvi cannot play, but it's not hindsight. I mean, Bhuvi had a very good IPL and has been, playing consistently for years. Harshal has had 2 good IPLs and cemented himself in the Indian team. So calling him mediocre.
I cannot, medium pacers. So I'm just saying there was a time, and that's why I'm saying public memory is very short.
Yeah.
Umran Malik was hailed as, then he came and played a few games. I know a lot of you, everyone pointed out, no, just don't go on pace. Pace alone doesn't get you anything.
Exactly.
You need maturity. You started looking at that, right? Then Shami brings you genuine pace. I'd been saying that let's go with him, but a lot of people pointed out, no, he also leaks runs, pace is not there. Same for Umesh Yadav, brings you the pace, but was leaking runs. So there is no fixed formula. Again, as I said, that you have to be a good T20 bowler.
Yes.
Hazelwood on his day can bowl very well. He's not genuinely the quickest bowler that you'll face. Sometimes he's pretty low on. Yesterday wasn't really, turning on the screws.
But tricky bowler.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So you need a bit of maturity. You need to be a bit smart. Arshdeep is also not the quickest bowler, but can bowl really smartly.
Exactly.
So again, pace alone, I don't think is the way to
The right lengths, simple. Hazelwood and Arshdeep have that same, hit the right lengths, and they do it consistently. Pace is hyped. Pace is a hyped factor in T20s. Look at Sean Tate. Could bowl at pace, but just utilizing the pace, he could go for 6 also.
Exactly. If you're slightly off, one bat touches and there you go.
Smart lengths. That is the key. Nothing else matters.
Read the question, please.
Okay, Rajkumar Bardwar is saying, no planning for the 2020 World Cup since last World Cup fiasco, only promises. After every match, the captain or player designated says we know more, but again after the next match, same. Will the team learn?
No, so his larger question is, did the team learn anything? So now that question has been answered. I don't think the team panicked much from that time around to now. Okay, now you can look at it 2 ways. One, you said that maybe India missed a trick, and that failure at the 2021 T20 World Cup was the right moment for India to have changed their outlook towards T20 cricket. So that was an opportunity. India had the chance. They could have looked at it and then changed the template there and then. Did the Indian team do that? No. They decided to go one way. Now, whether that is successful or not, we'll only find out once the T20 World Cup is done.
Yes.
Right now, as I said, they're not looking like the favourites, but that is also not to say that they will have a disastrous T20 World Cup. That all depends is when you reach there, how do you do? Yeah. So that road India did not take. Let's assume India had gone down that road. Is that also a guarantee that India would have done it? Let's assume they would have gotten rid of Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli. I'm just saying, change your batting order. You would have got Prithvi Shaw, Ruturaj Gaikwad, whatever your future guys, Rahul Tripathi. I'm guessing that's exactly what people are talking. Because again, there was no guarantee would India do well or not. So again, nothing succeeds like success. We'll only find out whether the road that India has taken is right or not. But all I can say is you're well beyond that point where India could have taken that decision.
Yep.
Now you've already crossed that bridge. now.
Yeah, there have hardly been 5-6 changes on 2021 World Cup.
But
Your core has remained the same.
But I'm just saying, in the batting, is it disappointing? No, it did not disappoint you.
The bowling is what has
So
been.
bowling also, you had these guys only. Who would you have come? I'm saying, I heard Hardik Pandya say post match. Somebody said 20. He said, please look at those bowlers also there. Australian bowlers also got smashed for 18-20 runs in an over. It's just that they were slightly better on the given day. Maybe if India were chasing, it would have been different.
Yes.
I'm saying hell is not broken loose. But yeah, there are India would need to. Yeah.
Yeah, there is, before you hit a dead end, there are amber signals of caution.
Yeah.
This is the amber.
This is the amber signal for caution.
Yeah.
Nitesh Sahu is
Okay, let's take that question.
Nitesh Sahu, no? You guys aren't hard on Rohit captain, Kohli captain, Rohit, then everyone is okay. And I'm not big Virat Kohli fan.
No. So Nitesh, I think. See, when people were harsh on Virat Kohli's captaincy, there used to be a few mistakes that he made while captaining.
Consistently.
Yeah. So I think based on that, it will happen. Talking about Rohit Sharma, as of now, as I said, are there any big decisions that he made that led to India's loss? No. I mean, there have been, as I said, Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Let's take Bhuvneshwar Kumar 19th over, right? From 2020 onwards, I was looking at it. Every time he's bowled in the death, he's never leaked these kind of runs. He's been doing well.
It's a recent.
If I was captain also, I probably would have gone to him. But yes, now it's happened 3 games in a row. Whether he now changes, I think the test will be there.
Yeah.
I think he missed a trick, and we spoke about it. I think he missed a trick of, let's say, Umesh Yadav. Started off expensive, but then gets you wickets, those 2 wickets that almost turned the game in that over.
And
I would have been tempted to give him another over. You never know.
Yeah, because it's not like the other bowlers, with the exception of Akshar, who were bowling economically anyway.
They were going for a few runs.
Roll the dice and try and
I would have been tempted before the 16th over. Even if you didn't want to bowl him in the death before the 16th, I would have been tempted. And there are a few things that Rohit has missed, and he will be criticized for that. But I think his bigger test will be the World Cup.
Yes.
And I think, depending on how he goes there in terms of his bowling changes, his team selections, I think they'll be scrutinized. So, again, none of us owe any allegiance to anybody in particular. We also say what we see.
See, the tough times for Rohit Sharma, the captain, have actually begun since the Asia Cup. Prior to that, he had a great run as captain. He won everything, whatever he touched to turned to gold. Asia Cup and now this. The tough times have actually begun now after just 6 losses in 37 matches that he captained.
And also the thing with Virat, why he got criticized was because there were certain things he consistently did. Reviewing, poor reviews was a consistent part. The other thing was he was too slow to change up things. With Rohit yesterday, you saw the pacers weren't working. Instantly he turns to Akshar. What does Akshar do? Get your wicket.
No, he even got Yuzi chair.
Exactly. So he's quick to try new things, and even if they don't work, no problem. But in T20s, you need to do that.
Yeah.
You can't just have that certain,
And I think the difference in captaincy, it also extends to the IPL. I think if you look at it, oftentimes Virat or his captaincy came under the scanner for even RCB.
Correct.
And people notice a trend that whilst he was the, standout captain in test format, and he did really change Indian cricket as a test captain, everyone's got that. I think there were a few loopholes that you found in the shorter format of the game, and that was in the IPL as well. Rohit, on the other hand, had been fantastic in the IPL. And as I don't see any glaring mistakes. Yes, there have been a few overs that have gone for run, but as captaincy to be blamed for that. By the way, a lot of talk was made about Rohit Sharma and Rohit Sharma's actions or behaviors and various other things yesterday. I think too much was made of it. I think he was being playful. Yeah. He was
with
just
DK
having with DK, with fun. Even there is this thing of him, swearing. That was done in a hilarious or a funny manner. I don't think he was, swearing under his breath to someone or cursing his luck. Those were very human-like emotions.
So Rohit is a fairly free character in these ways.
Yeah.
So
no, a lot of people said that if Virat had done this, I like Virat. I never criticized that attitude.
In fact, another one who I used to like who did that previously, Gautam Gambhir. Yeah. Very, very free on the field.
I like to see human reactions, how players react. So please don't say, because I saw a few people pointing out on social media feed, you are praising Rohit Sharma for being human-like or showing his emotion. Virat did it. I used to praise. Please go and see.
But did we not praise Virat when he came out and said, I was dealing with mental issues and I've taken that reset and
no, even but that is a very emotion where he lets his
that's
inside.
also-
I'm saying even when he was the naughty
Captain.
boy on the field, even when he's catty.
See, whenever
I like
he has that passionate celebration,
I like
even
that.
though he's not contributed much,
It's
but we
very
still
fun.
like it.
It's really fun. It's fun
Isn't
to
it?
watch.
Come on,
That is the human element.
I like that.
we all do it.
Yeah.
We all do it.
I think much is being made about Rohit Sharma and his body language. I don't think there is much to read into.
He is very instinctive to react. That's the
Yeah.
only difference.
Everybody cannot be a monk like Kane Williamson. I'm sorry.
Or
MS
MS.
Dhoni.
MSD would sometimes.
But MS was rare. It was
Rare.
rare. But again, in general, he always kept his sphinx
Yeah.
on the field.
That's it.
But in general,
Zen mode. He was Zen
actually,
mode.
I think
yeah.
Indian fans also too used to that. We're too used to seeing that Dhoni-like things, like everything gets compared to that. That is a problem. You're expecting everyone to be the same, but they're not built like that.
Kane. Everybody can't be Kane
Kane,
Williamson.
exactly. Kane, that's how he is. It's not a
Exactly. I mean, imagine in a World Cup match, you're 9 down. Okay, against Australia, packed Eden Park, 60,000. He hits a 6. What's his reaction? That's it. That's it. That's Kane Williamson in a nutshell.
That's
right?
he's naturally like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how he is. So you kind of appreciate it more.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see a few other questions, please. Oh, 1 second. Okay, take Sridhar's question.
Sridhar Savaikar.
No, I take Silly Point's comment first.
Good strategy. CSK, and he's added a CSK.
Oh, he always-
Actually, there's a reason for that. You weren't there. No,
I
There was-
wasn't there, yeah. Good strategy to keep fans grounded before World Cup. I bow down to master tacticians in the team.
Every day he'll come up with something naughty.
Okay, so what is the thing behind?
So you remember there was that story that Mitchell Johnson shared a picture of a snake in the.
Oh, yes, the Lucknow hotel.
So Silly Point, he added CSK in his bio because he's making a joke about that. Said that Johnson shared a picture of Ravindra Jadeja in his room. Yeah,
Oh God.
exactly.
Oh God. Why did I even ask it? Okay.
Sridhar Savaikar's question is an interesting one. He says that Rohit needs to take a step back from his batting template. He's too good a batsman to get out in the 20s. It's not doing the team any good, regardless of strike rate. If he bats 35 balls, he'll score 60 odd, thereby strike rate. I mean, I'm hard pressed to disagree.
Did Rohit have a batting template?
No,
in
but
first
he's
place?
right now. He's quite clearly bought into that. Dare I say, baseball template of just bang everything.
Okay.
What is the
Dex.
Dex, an off-topic question. That Protea T20 World, do you guys think SA is best ICC tournament squad since the 2015 World Cup?
It is a good score.
It's a very good score.
But there are two issues there.
Tempo.
One, Van der Dussen is injured.
Big
so
blow.
he'll be a big miss.
Yeah.
And secondly, Temba Bavuma is the captain.
Who didn't get picked in the SAT?
In the SAT20 itself. But maybe it could be a blessing in disguise. Temba Bavuma just devoted to South Africa, improving their chances.
For Tembamba.
Tembamba, yeah. But yeah, this is a very balanced squad and they are peaking in all facets at the right time. That's the South African team. Because imagine beating England in their own backyard, which they haven't done for the past 5 to 6 years, takes a lot of doing.
And this England.
Yeah, this England, New England, that we may say.
New England.
Yeah. So, yes, I think, but that 2015 squad was altogether legendary, man.
I mean, it has so many big names.
De Villiers, Amla, Dekop, Faf, David
Morkels,
Miller.
The Morkels.
No, only Mone.
Oh, Mone.
Mone Mokal, Imran Tahir, then there was Dale Steyn.
Of course. I loved that, man.
Man, that. Although I did cheer for New Zealand in 2027, I felt really, really bad for South Africa.
Oh, yeah.
Really bad. Especially for De Villiers.
Yeah.
Because he looked, that press conference I think was the most moving press conference that he ever had. The sun will rise the next day, so we have to just move on. Very moving press conference it was. I felt bad for ABD though. Gem
Yeah.
He always feel bad for. Poor guy was saddled with RCB and South Africa in his career.
Toxic chalice unlike any in world
I
cricket.
mean, that's a bad,
RCB in South Africa.
Acha, Vignesh Konar has an interesting one. He said India is still favourites because India has a reputation in cricket like Italy has in football.
To be fair, it's an interesting comparison, but Italy missed the last 2 World Cups.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
I don't know whether he's trolling India or praising.
I
They're
don't know.
not qualified for the World Cup despite being Euro champions. Imagine that.
Imagine. So in cricket, Asia Cup will be your Euro. isn't it? So Sri Lanka are your Euro champions in cricket, but they risk not qualifying for the main Super 12s. But they have a pretty easy group.
I think they should.
West Indies have a pretty tricky group because they are with Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty tricky group, but they'll be B2.
I understand what he's saying, that India as a cricketing nation will always be a dangerous team. Whenever they go to a tournament, you are going to be looking at India as one of the team to do well. That takes in the next question.
By the way, Vignesh, Italy won the Euro after 53 years.
Yeah.
And the World Cup, you're not won in 16 years.
It's not a fair comparison because there are so many contenders in football. So like in cricket, there'll be 5-6 countries, they'll keep sharing the trophy between them. So that I think is a big difference.
Yep.
So Uchit Baraya is saying top 4 finalists. We can all pick ours. I'm going with India, South Africa from that side, and Australia, England from the other.
That's
same,
what I was going to put.
Same. That is the thing.
You left out your favorite?
This New Zealand team, imagine under Kane Williamson, ever since Williamson started playing, they haven't won an ODI in Australia. A test match they won once, but that was in 2011. This recent performances that they had in Cairns does not give me any sort of confidence that the New Zealand team will make it to the semi-finals. I'm sorry. That's the
biggest New Zealand fan is saying so.
I'm realistic about it because look, playing on those grounds in Auckland and Napier, which are 60 to 65 meters, they just don't seem to clear the big boundaries in Australia. They just can't. And Guptill is playing his 7th.
Guptill is your big hater, so no disrespect to Guptill.
No disrespect, but in ICC events, luck just doesn't seem to be
that, but they surprise.
No, his luck has been woeful.
But I'm saying New Zealand as a team.
Yeah, I hope they do it,
but they somehow do it. Even in 2019 when they made the final, even 2021, no one counted them as favourites.
No, but then there is a big difference. In 2019 and 2021, look at the New Zealand team's results in any format prior to that. They were good. England 2017, 18, 19, they were winning in England on a consistent basis. Even in the UAE. Against Pakistan, they were winning.
Correct. Yes.
But they just don't seem to win in Australia. And remember that 2015 final, the first match that they played in Australia was the final.
Precursor of baseball.
Every other match was played in New Zealand.
There was a match, right, when Baz got bowled by Mitchell Starc? Yeah.
No, I don't know whether that was brave or it was not. I don't know.
Stupid. You don't respect Mitchell Starc, please.
Silly point. Oh boy.
Rohit Roy is saying now India are not dependent with their top 3. They have a good middle order with Sky, Pandya. Imagine top 3 perform equally well. But your top 3 performed. KL Rahul had an outstanding game against Afghanistan and then an outstanding game
against Australia.
Virat Kohli.
Remember the opposition, Shane. Australia
had a good game, had a good Asia Cup.
He did very well.
Top 3 is also performing. So in that sense, they are.
You would hope that Virat Kohli, instead of 2 of 7, scores about 30 of 15.
In fact, middle order was the problem in the Asia Cup. Those 2 games, you thought that the middle order could have taken you 10-15 runs more. It did not. Though you still got par totals, but you could have got like above par total. Sort of a total. Yeah.
Par plus. Rohit Sharma's favorite word. Par plus.
Okay, what is Mr. Shekhar saying?
Am I lingering at the bottom without the luxury of Quinton de Kock, Pandya's bolt, and Indian team struggling without Bumrah, Jadeja, Shami? A captain is as good as the team.
Which is a valid point. I always agree that a captain is as good as the team, but a captain does make a difference, especially in the T20 format. Because if you're quick on your feet, you make the right decision, a bowling change here and there, the correct batting order, some sort of surprise elements that you bring, whether it's in your batting order or bowling changes, it does make a difference. You got to be calm, you got to take some cool decision.
That is why.
I mean, look at MS Dhoni in IPL has always not had the best team, but they punch above their weight. So captain does make a difference.
Imagine he won the 2021 IPL on the backs of Shardul Thakur and Deepak Chahar.
Yeah.
Shardul, especially in the death overs, used to leak plenty of runs. But he was a wicket taker and he backed him for that.
Yep.
Simple.
Yep.
And even if you look at his 2010-11 runs also, Doug Bollinger and Albie Mokel.
Well, Doug Bollinger, to be fair, very underrated bowler.
Very underrated, but he didn't set the stage on fire for Australia.
True.
But only for the IPL for Chennai Super Kings.
He was very good.
You know why? Because I think one thing that MS Dhoni did, you could make out from the conversation, the one thing he would do with his bowlers, and you remember talking about it, MS Dhoni would say that, listen, you will get hammered for a few runs. You know that. Everyone will. It's about those few good balls that you have to bowl. And he would focus on, he'd break the game down in a way that would help a bowler also concentrate. That's why sometimes he bought the best out of certain bowlers.
Yeah.
As soon as they changed franchises, they were probably not the same.
Shadab Jakati. Prime case was Shadab Jakati.
Yeah. So he broke it down that way. That's why I say captaincy does make a difference. 2 points, both Vignesh and Karthik Jetwa both are saying that, essentially both are saying time to look at the young future, get rid of KL, Rohit, Virat and bring in young guys, even in bowling, Sanju, guy. All of that, see again, that's futile to talk about it. You're going to this World Cup with this team.
Yes.
Now the result of this World Cup will decide where you go.
Yeah.
Correct.
So,
And
that question will answer itself.
T20 World Cup, unlike this time, you have 2 years to plan. Because 2024 is the next T20 World Cup.
Also, I think what you'll see is slowly but surely, even within the ODI team, they will be making those changes. So,
After 2023 World Cup.
no, I think even now you will see some players, maybe 1-2 players like a Gill or someone start getting a little bit more of a regular run, I think.
Yeah.
And then they'll
Wholesale
start-
changes
Wholesale, no.
will happen only after the end of a major ICC event. That's it.
To be fair, now that's every year. So,
Yeah, 2023, because I doubt that this existing team can function beyond 2020. I don't see them playing 2027 ODI World Cup.
not a chance.
No chance.
Even the
By then-
2025 Champions
I think-
Trophy also.
I think even if India does well, there could be a few guys who will say that,
Yeah, that's it. Bye-bye.
They'll not play this
We'll
format
focus on this
internationally.
particular format. Yeah.
They may still play the IPL,
Yep.
but I think chalo, that's it then. Tonight.
Yes,
That's all the time.
That's about it. We'll be back tomorrow with India Australia second T20 preview.
Oh, yeah.
It's on Friday at Nagpur, Jamta. Yep. Beautiful stadium, but way in the outskirts. Yeah.
As opposed to the Mohali one, which is like,
Residential colony. Just go out to the residential colony. Bang. That's where the stadium is. Yep. So we'll be back tomorrow for that.
and much more.
Don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. We are also there on FB, Twitter, IG, Instagram. Okay. Show us some love there too. Thank you. Bye-bye.